Since the season has ended, now is the time to put a bow on it by rearranging the current top 50 in the rankings based on their entertainment value. Obviously, this list is subjective and that is why I would like to see your lists in the comment section down below, but let's not waste any more time and let's start ranking. Alexander Shevchenko starts off the list. He has no weapons on the court, so there is no reason to watch him. In 49th, it's Ofner, and I didn't even know that he's in the top 50, which basically explains how much I care about him. Yoshihito Nishioka is in 48th. Shout out to all the short kings all around the world, especially the GOAT Rey Mysterio, but unfortunately Nishioka is just too small to be an entertaining tennis player. Laszlo Djere is next on the list, and there is a reason why everyone remembers only that match against Nole at the US Open and nothing else. Next one up is Dusan Lajovic, and I guess he had a stretch when he was fun on clay, but I hate clay, so he should be happy that he's in 46th. 45 McDonald, 44 Nori, 43 Lehechka. I group them together because they are the guys that I never willingly watch for my own enjoyment. I only watch them maybe when I have a bet on their match or when they are playing my favorites. Safiullin and Papirin are two guys that annoy me, so they take 42nd and 41st place. And 40th it's Sebastian Baez, and I understand the hustle, but I can't support clay court merchants. Then it's Echeverry, who is similar to Baez in that way, and in 38th it's Borna Coric. On a good day he can be entertaining, but the last time he had a good day was in Cincy in 2022, so yeah, it is what it is. 37 Eubanks, 36 Struff, 35 Purcell. These are three players who heavily rely on their serves. Purcell is the highest out of all of them because he loves a good old-fashioned choke in a tiebreak or at the end of the set, which is always fun to witness. Aslan Karatsev is next on the list, and he can be entertaining, but he's too inconsistent, so I rarely get invested into his matches. Next one up is Lorenzo Sonego, and even though he can be solid on the court, he's mostly known for his grunting, so make of that what you will. And now it's time for the first surprise of this rankings, because in 32nd it's Taylor Fritz. And it might sound harsh, but I legit don't remember a single enjoyable match from him this season. If you can, then comment it down below and make me look like a fool, I guess. Felix Auger-Aliassime is next on the list, and honestly he was just kinda for the majority of this season, so 31st might even be me overrating him. Silent Greeks for Matteo Arnaldi, Alejandro Davidovich Fokina, Artur Fils, Lorenzo Musetti, Francisco Cerundolo, and Tommy Paul take the next spots on the rankings. And I'm grouping all of them together because they're considered entertaining by fans, but in my opinion I always think that they need a correct dance partner to get the best out of them, which lowers their ranking a bit. Following them up it's Stan Wawrinka, and I mean everybody loves to watch how the old man will fare this time around, and it makes the atmosphere for his matches better, and Stan most of the time is fired up as well, and if he can produce some great vintage backhands as well, then it's a beautiful combination that deserves to be at least 23rd in the ranking. In 22nd it's Casper Ruud, and I get it works for him, but he is a bit too academic for me, so that's the reason for his relatively low placement. In 21st it's Manarino, and he's someone who is the opposite of academic, which is something that I do enjoy, but he rarely gets to the important stages of the tournament, so that knocks him down a bit in the rankings. Next one up is Hubi Hurkacz, and even though he's a lovely person, he is a bit of a surf bot, isn't he? Next one up is Alex de Minaur, and he might be super fast, but with time you get accustomed to it, and some of his ridiculous guesses just don't excite you that much. So I would love to see a bit more of an aggressive attacking play from him, but he doesn't do it right now, therefore he's in 19th. But someone who is aggressive is Nicolas Jarry. I just love his aggressive playstyle. He's smart with his approaches to the net, and in general I have enjoyed watching him improve throughout the season. And now everybody say it with me. In 17th it's Ugo. First of all, I'm just happy to see him finally get back to his level after he had numerous health problems that made him fall out of the top 100 entirely. But that rough patch is in the past, and in the finishing stretch of this season he was really solid. He had some top 10 wins as well, and in general things are looking good for the Frenchman. Next one up is Alexander Zverev, and I only watch him to see him lose, so that is the only reason why he is that high up, and objectively he is good at this tennis thing as well. In 15th is Stefanos Tsitsipas, and I can't lie, I mostly watch him for his antics when things don't go his way, and even though it's not a conventional way, I do get entertained by it. The next placement might be a controversial one, but I do not care, because in 14th it's Daniil Medvedev. In my opinion, he's just a pusher on steroids. Can he produce magic on the court? Of course he can, but am I willing to sit through 10-30 shot rallies that have no attacking intentions whatsoever to get to that magic? I don't think so. He's incredible though, I'm not denying that, but just not my cup of tea. Following him up is Karen Khachanov, and I feel like Karen is someone who could be a realistic role model for young players, in a sense that he's just super solid at almost every aspect of the game. He rarely makes dumb decisions, he rarely gives up, and most of the time when he plays top players he goes out on his shield, and I respect him for it. In 12th is Sasha Bublik, and it might be a basic explanation, but I just do enjoy underarm serves. I enjoy crazy second serves at crucial points of the match. I enjoy when players go for broke in situations where it might not be the smartest decision, and Bublik does all of that. In 11th is Sebastian Korda, and Sebi is just smooth like butter on the court, and sometimes it's all you really need to enjoy someone's tennis. For some reason he reminds me of the tennis version of Paul George. They both play their sport seemingly effortlessly, they both can play unbelievable games, but also they're prone to dropping a stinker once in a while. So if anybody who is watching this video watches basketball as well, then let me know if this comparison is reasonable, because honestly I think I'm spot on here. Starting off the top 10 is Andrei Rublev. I respect him for wearing his heart on his sleeve, and even though some of the things he does seem weird to me, I can acknowledge that his aggressive playstyle is entertaining to watch. Now we've come to the biggest surprise of this whole list, because in 9th spot it's Dan Evans. Yes, he might look like a psycho on the court, yes he has done some questionable things, but that raw emotion is the reason why he is that high on the list, and obviously he knows how to play tennis as well. The next one up is Andy Murray, and the reasoning is very similar to Evans's, but then you add the fact that he still has love for the game even after injuries, even after accomplishing everything there is to accomplish, and you have no choice but to respect it. In 7th it's Novak Djokovic, and honestly he's just a victim of his own greatness. It makes only a few of his matches genuinely entertaining, because the potential funness of his matches almost always depends on his opponent. Following him up is Frances Tiafoe. His joy in the court is infectious. You can be assured that you'll smile throughout his matches no matter the opponent, and in sport where most of the guys take themselves and the results way too seriously, watching Frances is a pleasant and necessary change of pace. In 5th it's Ben Shelton. No matter if you like him or you hate him, you watch him. Shelton has that it factor that so many wish they had, and to think that this was just his first season on tour is insane, and if he has made such an impact on tour in a year, I am very excited to see what the future holds for Benjamin Shelton, not to confuse with a gold standard Shelton Benjamin. Just outside the top 3 is Holger Rune. I love his fearlessness, I love that he's not afraid to go against crowd favorites, I love that he's not afraid of losing his head at times on the court, and if you add undeniable talent that he possesses to the mix, there is no way that you can't find this guy entertaining. Starting off the top 3 is Grigor Dimitrov, and is there anyone who didn't enjoy the career renaissance from Grigor this past season? Because I'm not sure there is, and it's for a good reason in my opinion. No one has ever doubted that he possesses a beautiful playstyle that catches the eye of everyone, and as we didn't get to see prime Dimitrov in the last few years, this great run of form hits more than it probably should. And the top spot in the top 50 most entertaining player ranking will be decided between Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner, so the most entertaining player of the 2023 season is Jannik Sinner. And listen, Carlos played some insane matches this year, there is no denying that, but I couldn't ignore the end of the season drop of form. As far as Jannik goes, almost every big tournament had an entertaining Sinner match, whether it was a loss or a win, it doesn't matter in this instance, because what matters is that until further notice, he's officially the most entertaining player on the ATP Tour. Comment your own rankings, talk crap about mine if you wish, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, take it easy, my friend.